So, welcome to the Power Button. I am your co-host, Darren Beasley, and this is the other co-host.
I'm Josh. I'm your other co-host. I don't think...
He has a way with words. He has a very good way with words. We're here to talk about anything from movies to games, anything we find interesting. And, yeah, it's a new podcast. We've never done this before, and...
Well, we hope people like it, because if they don't,
we're just going to keep doing it.
We're going to keep doing it anyway.
Yeah, we're going to do it anyway, so... Because we really like doing it, so...
So what we're going to do in the show, we're going to start every show with a game called Game or Pull the Plug. And basically what that is I'm going to ask him or he's going to ask me a series of new topics that have just dropped, and he's simply going to answer whether he is game for it or if he's going to pull the plug. So we're just going to get right to it. The first topic of the day, Darren, Shrek Reboot. Game or pull the plug?
Pull the motherfucking plug. It's stupid as hell. I don't understand the point. I don't get it. Why would we reboot Shrek?
See, bigger problem with it. See, Illumination is doing this one. Illumination just did, they did Despicable Me, and they just did the new Grinch movie that just came out. And what the director said he's open to the original cast coming back and reprising their roles. Now, what I don't understand is how you can call it a reboot.
Is it gonna be a prequel, or is it gonna be a sequel, or is it gonna be?
He wants to reboot it. He wants different ideas and just a reboot. And he's open to the original voice actors coming back and reprising their roles. Now, in my opinion, that's not a fucking reboot at all.
The only thing changing would be what? The animation?
The animation, and you would basically be saying that the original Shrek movies didn't happen. Now it's just going to start here.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
So typically, when you do a reboot, you're going to want to do a reboot on a more sophisticated story or franchise.
Right.
Like Star Wars.
You're going to revamp the franchise.
Right. Shrek is not popular and known for how robust and complex its story is.
Now, he didn't specifically say, yes, the voice actors are coming back. Yes, they're going to play the roles. He said he's open to it, and he would like that. So that might not happen, so they might just reboot it with new voice actors, which I also would pull the plug on. That's a bad idea. There's no reason to. They can make another Shrek movie. Everything gets built.
I don't even know why they would make another Shrek movie or why they would want to reboot the franchise in the first. Well, so what are you gonna have? Shrek 2, Shrek 3 again?
Shrek 3. Well, they gone to 5, I think. Shrek 3's Shrek Forever After. Maybe this one would be 5.
I don't know how many.
Supposed to be 5.
I don't actually know how many Shreks there are. But I'm just saying, after this one Shrek comes out a couple years later, you're gonna have Shrek 2 again, and then we're gonna have 2 Shrek 2s, like within the same.
It's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Like if you waited a long time and generations have gone by and Shrek is kind of dimmed out, and you know what I mean? Then you can restart it. There's kids today who are still watching the original Shrek movie.
Yeah.
It's not out of style. Why reboot?
Right. It's a classic. It doesn't really fall out of... It's one of those, it doesn't really fall out of style. It's one of those things you can watch forever. But, like, if they did a reboot with Shrek and they had the characters vastly different than the Shrek movie, and you had different voice actors, completely different story, completely different tone, and for the film, like direction for the film, then I mean maybe. But if you're gonna make another kid comedy movie,
right,
with the same voice actors replicating the same story with different animation,
it's not a reboot. That's all I'm like.
It sounds like almost like an update. That's what it sounds like. There's always update Shrek. You know what I mean? We come out with some better patch notes. We'll show you how the fucking. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is, the voice actors come back. That's the only way I think it's going to be successful. And by calling it a reboot, you're going to confuse people. If you don't bring the voice actors back, I don't think it'll be successful. And yeah, basically. So either way, you're going to end up with something that's just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
yeah. You're just going to confuse the audience.
Yeah, and I don't know how many people are going to go see it. How many people are going to go see... Oh, well, maybe that's why they're doing it. Yeah, because it's going to be called Shrek. And it's going to be in the theaters, and all the soccer moms and soccer dads are going to go take their kids to go see Shrek.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And be very confused, and then it's going to be received terribly, and it'll fail. And then they'll probably go back to the basics, be like, all right, now
I can't get over the sequel to the reboot. Like, are you really going to call it Shrek 2? And you're going to have 2 Shrek 2s? You got to do the Spider-Man thing where you have some sort of different name for it. You know what I mean? That's Spider-Man 2 is Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I can't imagine a different voice actor for Shrek than Mike Myers anyway.
Well, if you change the animation, you change the way his character is, then yeah, I could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it depends how different he looks. But, I mean, he can kind of look like, how they had the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. You remember that? Timmy Turner.
Oh,
Timmy,
when they did the crossover? Yeah.
And they didn't look that dramatically different to where I'd be okay with their voices being different or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think when they do the new animation, I know it's like the same show and right. But if they do the new animation, I don't think it'd be that different to where it'd be like, all right, I guess it's okay that he's talking different. You know what I mean? Because I'd still look at it and be like, that Shrek.
Right, but like I said, they would have to change the They would have to change the complete tone and direction of the.
Because if he looks like Shrek, I'm expecting Shrek's voice.
Right, exactly.
Or somebody imitating Mike Myers.
Right. But if the personality was completely different, then you could justify having a new voice actor. You know what I mean? If he didn't behave like Shrek would behave, it doesn't say all the same things Shrek would say.
Right.
Then you could get a different voice actor. It's almost like the Sam Fisher when they did it with fucking Splinter Cell. It's like they took Michael Ironsides out of Splinter Cell Blacklist and replaced him with some younger actor. But that younger actor, it's like, oh, this is Sam Fisher now. It's like, well, it's not really Sam Fisher because pretty much 90% of the things that he's doing in the game, Sam Fisher wouldn't have done thus far based on my knowledge of what he would do.
Right.
So you can kind of justify changing the character because he's so different than the original character.
Right.
So Shrek would have to be fucking purple. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then, I'd be like, oh, okay, this is the reboot. This is something, but again, if they want to keep everything the same.
In the end, way too early for a Shrek reboot.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know who the fuck came up with that. I really don't.
Typical people come up with movies these days. All right. Topic number 2. Breaking Bad movie. Just got announced about a week ago. Pull the plug or game?
I don't know. Because a Breaking Bad movie, I heard it was going to be, what's his name?
Jesse Pinkman?
Yeah.
Right. It's supposed to take place after the season finale.
And it's supposed to be on him. Because I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
I want to see what Jesse goes through after that.
And Walt.
They could have just did another season without Walter really in it.
Right.
And pulled it off with
They could have had another show and just had show what happened to Jesse. Because I was wondering what was going to happen to Jesse. You know what I mean? I mean, who isn't? Like, if you're really, invested in that show, the way it ends, you're going to want to know what happens to Jesse afterwards. It's probably not good. You know what I mean?
We're also not talking about a theatrical release. We're talking about a movie that's going to be on AMC.
Okay.
So, and basically AMC's doing this, like they're doing the Walking Dead movie. And
so this is a new thing for AMC?
Yeah, I think it's the new thing they're dabbling in. Which I actually, with certain things, because, don't mean to get too off topic here, but them doing the Walking Dead movie with Rick Grimes. Walking Dead has gone to shit. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Rick Grimes is the best part of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You take him out of that show and you do a movie with just him and a different story, different things going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah.
So that right there, that's a great idea. And then they're like, okay, what else can we do? Well, everybody loved Breaking Bad. Well, how could we do that? And it's like...
Okay, so if it's based off of... Well, that goes with any piece of entertainment ever. If it's based off of making money or milking the series, chances are it's going to be trash. If this is some new fad that AMC wants to start up where they're going to start making movies based off of their TV shows that were popular or are popular now.
Right.
Not even, well, I guess Walking Dead's popular even though, whatever. But then they're probably just doing it to make money and they're not actually going to make a good quality film or, special event.
I'm not sure what creators are going in and making that Walking Dead movie. I don't know if it's the same people involved in the show. I do know that Vince Gilligan
Yeah, that's the director.
He's the one making the Breaking Bad movie.
Okay.
So right there, it's like, okay, you know what I mean? He's
That
making it.
feels
It's in
better.
good hands. Yeah, it feels a lot better. I don't know about the Walking Dead situation.
I don't really care about the Walking Dead situation, to be honest. I mean, I stopped watching The Walking Dead a long time ago. So
I've held on, and it has not been easy.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody, us, and the world is okay with them making a Breaking Bad movie based on Jesse Pinkman and what happens after that crazy season finale.
Yeah, I'm game for that. 100%. 100% game for it.
Oh yeah. Let's move on to the next topic. Now this should be fun. Now this is a rumor. This isn't. This is the rumor out there spreading through movie sites. Star Wars Episode 9, being directed by J.J. Abrams, is said to be a recourse for the Star Wars franchise. Of course, they're trying to fix what they did in Last Jedi.
Which I think is impossible.
You game and pull the plug. I guess the impossible pretty much.
Well, you know what? You know what, though? For this one, a recourse for the Star Wars franchise
Yeah.
by J.J. Abrams.
Right.
Okay. A recourse meaning that, all the things that people didn't like about The Last Jedi, including myself.
And Han Solo.
And Han Solo, but Han Solo's not a part of the continuum.
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying, if
What
you're
they've
gonna make
gone on with.
right, exactly. If you're gonna make Episode 9 and you're gonna say it's a recourse, that means you have to go back and say, okay, let's take all the things that we know for a fact is bad about Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and try to rectify what happened, or spin it in such a way where we bring certain things back, or we act like certain things didn't happen. Because honestly, what do they mean by recourse? Do they just mean we're going to make an actually good Star Wars movie now, or they mean that they're actually going to try to rectify what they did?
How exactly do you recourse it? Do you how are you going to say, what we just did with that? Whatever, just forget about that.
Right, exactly.
We're going to do this new thing. I don't know how you undo what you did.
You know what you could do? Rey could wake up in bed and be like, "Holy shit, that was a crazy dream," and then Episode 9 would start. It'd pick up and she'd just be
some illusion.
Yeah, she'd wake up.
Dream.
She'd wake up and Luke would be like, "All right, let's go on with your training," and then they would be like, take off from where the Last Jedi should have been. Like that, they could. I mean, they're not going to do that, obviously, but that would be fire.
They should have left the entire trilogy, in my opinion. Mixed reactions with Force Awakens, but damn it, they weren't as bad as The Last Jedi. And they should have just left it to J.J. Abrams to do what he wanted to do. Because even with the cons of Force Awakens, what he was going for was a hell of a lot better than what we got with Last Jedi.
Yeah.
He would have satisfied us, I feel like, with the answers to the questions that he raised.
Oh, yeah, well, see, that's the thing. It was his trilogy. It was his trilogy to do. He started it off. So how would you feel if I said, all right, we want you to make a story arc for anything, not just Star Wars, anything? And you said, okay, yeah, sure. And you bearing that responsibility, like, okay, I'm going to kick this off. And then you get the first one out, and then we hire some other guy to come in.
Right.
To get the second installment of the story that you've been in charge to reboot.
Perfect fucking blueprint. Like, it's so, like, he laid down everything perfectly. Like, all right, do something with this. And it's almost like it was predictable shit.
Right.
Which is what made it so easy. What he was laying. Like, what the director, Ryan Johnson, fuck him. Ryan Johnson, and what he was given the perfect blueprint.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Absolutely.
And he messed it up. There was no Knights of the Ren. They're not in the movie at all. I don't know. There's so many things about that movie. I can go on and on and on. But my honest opinion about this, I don't really give a fuck what happens to Star Wars from this point forward. I really don't give a fuck. I'm not going to the theaters to see Episode 9. I didn't go to the theaters to see the Han Solo movie, and whatever Solo movie they want to come out with next, I probably won't see it. I heard they canceled the Obi-Wan one. The Obi-Wan.
No, they canceled the Boba Fett. Boba Fett got scrapped. Total scrap table. Throw it in.
Boba Fett was one of the characters everybody wanted to see on Star Wars.
Well,
everybody wanted to see a Star Wars movie with Boba Fett.
Star Wars' motto these days is everything you want and everything you're expecting, you're not going to get it.
Okay, so they're going to be shitty then. They're going to be shitty then. Everything you want and everything that you expect, you're not going to get. Okay, then you're going to suck then.
That's basically what Rian Johnson said. You know, he wants to curve the expectations. You know what I mean? It's
right. But that's the problem. That's the issue.
Curveballs through the entire goddamn movie.
They throw curveballs. They have mistaken unexpected events in the story as a good story. That's not a good story. Just because I can't predict what happens next, that doesn't mean I'm going to like it, and that doesn't mean that it's actually a quality story. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people, not just Rian Johnson, but a lot of people in Hollywood do that. They do things like that. Like, oh, we're just going to throw this curveball in here. Fuck if it makes sense. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, it sucks. That's the editing problem. I think it goes hand in hand with the editing problem, especially with Sony. You know what I mean? Well, a lot of people would like this, but we're going to go in and we're going to take this scene out. We're going to take throw it right in the trash. Like that's how Venom got fucked up.
My biggest problem with this topic, right? It's not that they're trying to recourse. Like, damn right, yeah, fucking time to recourse this shit. Like, time to fix this shit. You can't recourse your trilogy in the third movie of your trilogy. Trilogy is 3, and for people who might not know, trilogy is 3. Your last one. You can't course reset then. You course reset on the second one. And then right. So what you do is you go on with this pile of shit that we have, end this trilogy, and when you start the new one, then you course reset. But
Old Republic.
The new one is given to Rian Johnson. So you're gonna course reset, then you got to get Rian Johnson completely out of there. J.J. Abrams can't stop Rian Johnson from what he's doing in the new trilogy. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, straight up. And Old Republic. Why don't they do the Old Republic?
There's a chance for that now with the Disney Plus.
No. I don't want no TV series. I don't want no web show. I want a movie. I want a trilogy of the Old Republic.
Marketing.
That's what I want. Huh?
Marketing. That's why they won't do it.
Marketing?
Maybe they think they can't market an Old Republic movie. They don't think people... That's why they keep bringing up old shit from old Star Wars movies, because they're trying to keep on to that audience. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like,
no.
They're like...
Not to me.
They
I don't
rehash
understand.
a whole bunch of shit because it's like, oh, this is what you love. You know what I'm saying?
But
So they're Old Republic isn't known, so they probably feel like they can't do that.
But the Old Republic is known. It's very well known.
Not to the general movie audience, maybe to hardcore Star Wars fans.
No, I wouldn't even say hardcore Star Wars fans. If you YouTube any of the videos of the Old Republic, the MMORPG, there's millions and millions and millions of views on those YouTube, videos, which are basically cinematic little cutscenes for the game. Highly rendered. You've seen them.
Right.
They crash into the thing.
That's more Star Wars fans who are more into Star Wars. I feel like we're
I'm saying
of the general movie audience.
What I'm saying is, if you post a YouTube video and it gets 15,
clearly getting
15 million views,
right.
10 million views, even if you get 9 million views.
Yeah, right. Like, wouldn't that be a trigger for them to be like, okay, we could totally do this?
And not only that, you have a game. More people view those YouTube videos than they play the game. I don't play that game. You don't play that game. My dad doesn't play that game. Most of the people that I showed those the cinematic videos to don't even play the game. But they know the videos and they think the video's fire.
Right.
So not only do they have that, there's a lot of people
that is true. That is true.
Not only are you going to basically transfer over everyone who actually does play the game, they're probably going to want to see the movie. People that don't even play the game and see the cutscenes are going to want to see a movie. Not only that, so there's two things. The third thing being, you actually have a story that's already set up. You actually have characters that we've already seen at least for 5 or 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
You already have things like put together and strung together, so it's not like they have to come up with something completely new. They have a little bit of work to work with. And just last note on it, the Knights of the Old Republic video game is a classic. It's a classic. People play that shit on their phones. Like, it's the first Knights of the Old Republic is like...
Right, yeah, like a lot of people... Yeah, you're right.
Like Revan, like he's so really well known, and I know for a fact if you put him in a Star Wars movie and you do it right, it would blow up. Revan, the guy who's like good and bad at the same time.
Right.
He would, you know what I mean? But
the studio thinks they know what people want, basically, and then clearly, time after time, they've been shown.
They don't know shit.
They don't know a damn thing about what they're
That's
doing.
how they mess stuff up. Well, not every studio. Obviously, there's a lot of studios that are pretty good. You know, I mean, look at Marvel studios. I mean, you know,
Yeah, right? But not a lot of people can do what our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige has done.
the second coming of Jesus.
Like people have tried to do that. We've had DC has tried to do that and failed. We had what was the studio that did the new Mummy movie?
Oh yeah.
They tried to make
monster
their
world
universe,
thing,
the dark universe. That crashed with their first movie they put out.
Yeah, that is true.
What else has tried it? Sony has tried it with Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. I think that's a great movie. I love Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 2, it failed. You know why? Because they tried too much to set up Sinister Six and try to do this interconnected.
Yeah,
no, and that's what made it crash. A lot of studios are trying to do what Kevin Feige did, and
yeah, it's hard. It's hard because Kevin Feige really knows what he's talking about. He really knows the universe and how it should be,
and he listens.
Yeah,
to what the fans want.
Yeah, and he just know. He's just connected. I mean, it's literally like if you could get a group of guys to sit down who love Marvel and say, "Hey, wouldn't this be dope?" And Kevin Feige's like, "Yeah, you're damn right it would." You know what I mean?
Right. It almost shows that it's almost like the people who are behind Star Wars right now clearly can't be that passionate about what they're doing.
No, Ryan Johnson doesn't know a damn thing about Star Wars.
Right, like he can't be that passionate about something that he clearly ruined and then defend it. He defends it to this day. I swear to God, I saw something. I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago. He had something else, another defense. People try to trash him, and he had another defense about it. If you have to defend your movie, when did The Last Jedi come out?
2 years ago?
Almost a year ago, last December.
Oh, last December?
Last December, almost a year ago. If you have to defend
off.
your movie for a whole year after it is released, clearly something is wrong. If you're still finding the need to defend it.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you knew damn well that there was no problem with it, you'd be like, whatever, clearly there's something wrong with them. It's just, we'll see what happens with Star Wars. Let's get on to the next topic. All right. So our next topic, Red Dead has a glitch that allows for infinite money.
Uh-huh.
Would you be game to do that, or pull the plug? That's just not right.
Well, that doesn't really. I don't understand. It's a glitch that allows. You mean it's just a
for
glitch?
Infinite money? Yeah. No, it's a glitch that you can make the glitch happen. See, what you do is
Right, but it's a glitch.
Right.
Meaning it's not supposed to happen.
But you can make it happen, and you can choose to do it or not. It happened to you or not. Like, I can choose whether or not I go in there and take this gold bar and leave and just get what the gold bar is, or I glitch the game on purpose and make the gold bar keep respawning.
Right, but you're exploiting something that shouldn't exist. Right. So Rockstar.
I'm saying you personally, would you be game with that?
Oh, would I do that if I was playing the game?
You personally, the whole idea of that even being a thing, somebody using that in the game, would you be game to do that, or would you, pull the plug? Don't do that.
If I was playing, shit. I wouldn't do that. No. If I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and I found a glitch that allowed me to have an infinite amount of money by exploiting a glitch, I wouldn't do that. Right. Part of the game is the racking
fun
up
of
money
getting what you have and showing off what you have. Right.
The resources and everything. It's
exactly. So. Like, I feel like I can't. If I have all this stuff and everyone's like, "Oh, that's really crazy. You must have taken forever to get all that stuff." And it's like, "Oh no, not at all. I glitched my game out, and now I get infinite money. I have all the money I need to buy everything I want in the game."
Yeah, no,
that's nothing compared to someone like me who might have the same amount of stuff as you, and I didn't glitch the game.
Yeah, and it's a lot. That harkens back to the rush of things. Like, that's why loot boxes are so successful. That's why you can put loot boxes in a campaign and they'll sell. It's like, well, what's the point of playing the game what's the point of playing the game when the only objective of playing the game is to beat the game? So you're going to buy a game, and then you're going to spend money on that game to help you beat it faster. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. The whole point of you buying
much of a game. It sounds like more of an experience.
Yeah, well, it sounds like more of a job. It sounds like more of a job that you're trying to get done, and you're willing to spend money to get the job done. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like you sit down to play a video game to have fun, to get immersed. And yeah, I mean that's the reason why you play games, and not to beat them. And there's a lot of people that beat them. I mean, you can go on YouTube and you can find a million people making YouTube videos about, oh, this is the fastest way to make money in Red Dead Redemption 2. This is the fastest way to make money in Destiny. Oh, this is the fastest way in this game and that game. And it's like, I've never sat down. Here's the thing. I beat the first Destiny. I played that game so much. I remember playing it when back at the lab or whatever. I played it for so long, I was like getting carpal tunnel on my hands playing the fucking game, which rarely happens. I played the first Destiny so much. I never once thought, like, oh, what's the fastest way I can make money? You know what I mean? Like, what can I exploit in this game to where I could just get it faster than everyone else? Like, I was genuinely having a nice time playing the game, therefore I wasn't feeling that need to get money. I'm like, the money's going to show up when I put hours into the game. And it did. And I eventually bought all the things I wanted to do.
As much. It just doesn't.
Like, that too. If I go down, BBBY, like, you know, type it up fucking, and the next thing you know, something spawns, and it's like, okay,
like, don't get me wrong. Cheat codes are fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
It's fun to do all that stuff, but when it
mods
comes
are
to
better, I'd say.
Comes to games like Red Dead Redemption, Skyrim, things like that, it's like you literally gain shit to show. Like, whether you're showing your friends or you're just fucking impressing yourself. It's like, I got all this cool stuff. It means absolutely nothing if you cheated to get it.
Right. Yeah.
And it just completely ruins it. And I'm surprised that IGN posted that video of how to do it on their channel.
Why does that surprise you?
Because I haven't seen many like things where they straight up just show you how to glitch a game like that. I've seen things where they show you that it's there, but not literally walk you through it and how to do it.
They've done that before.
Really?
It doesn't surprise me, really. I mean, they deal with everything in video games.
Right.
And if that's one of the big things in video games as of right now, they're going to have it. You know, they're going to cover it. So, you know, if they don't cover it, someone else is going to cover it, and they're going to take the views from them. You know what I mean? Because people want to know what's happening. If you're going to get the information, you might as well get it from IGN. That's the way they're thinking, which is smart. You know, it's the way that, you know, it's like.
It's where I got my information.
Yeah, right? That's how we're talking about this shit right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was, well, we messed up, basically.
Yeah.
So we did the first episode with my DSLR camera, the Rebel, and it stopped recording after like 35 minutes, and we lost the outro.
Yeah.
Then we started recording on his phone because it would just record longer, and
well, it cut us off.
It cut us off. It ran out of room, I guess, like 45 minutes into the video. And we lost the outro again.
Yeah.
So now this is going to serve as the outro for the first episode and the second episode. And this is like the 5th time we did the outro. I'm sick and tired of doing this fucking outro. So, please like, subscribe if you like what you see. We're going to do this.
Definitely. Yep.
At least every week. I want to do it twice a week. That's what I want to do.
We're going to put out as much content as we feel we can.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll have a schedule up. We are definitely going to upload a video every Friday.
Right.
Every Friday 100%. There will be a new video. There might be a second video throughout the week. But again, we'll once we come up with a schedule, we'll let you guys know on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, whatever.
Yep. Any comments, questions, topics you want us to cover, send them to pbutton@gmail.com. Again, that's pbutton@gmail.com. I'll bring it up on here. And yeah,
there'll be a link in the description or something.
And Wicked Pixelated.
Yes. Wicked Pixelated is a podcast. Some of my buddies do it. I've been following them since they started. We get some of our news from Wicked Pixelated. You should look them up on Facebook. They're just a small group, and they're kind of like us. You know
they're awesome over there.
Yeah. They kind of do what we do. Well, this is like a podcast we record. They had audio podcasts, which I'm not sure if they still do audio. I don't think so. I haven't seen them drop a new episode in a long time. But I just go go check them out on Facebook, like their stuff, read their stuff. You know, we are. So Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
it. Hopefully, this is the last time we have to make the outro for
The
these
outro will be
episodes.
separate, right? Yeah. But yeah, till next time.
All right, till next time, guys. Deuces.